Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Under a Tree with Tim Robards and DP. Got my little earphones in so you can hear me. It's not a fashion statement. Today we're going to talk about the warm down and the importance of a warm down. Now, so many of us, we live a fast-paced lifestyle. We get in, we train, and then we just leave. But you will potentially, long term, it can lead to, if you're missing your warm downs, it can lead to just really tight muscles. It can lead to a lack in performance, potentially immune system issues, things like that. So we want to work on being really efficient with the warm down. It doesn't have to take forever, but it's good to have one. The reason is, one of the main reasons is we're trying to flush out lactic acid that sits in the muscle. We don't want to get up, like having that DOMS is a good sign that you've had a good workout, but you don't want to be so sore that you can't get up and train the next day or you can't move the next day. So a couple of tips from me on a really efficient warm down. So we want to get our heart rate to come down. If you've been doing something where your heart rate is shooting up, simple, deep breaths. Bring the heart rate down, get oxygen into the body, and you're, as well as getting oxygen into the body, you're blowing off carbon dioxide. So focus as much on the air coming in, focus on really deep breaths going out. So instead of just going, actually push that little bit more air out of the lungs. Like really think of squeezing the lungs, getting rid of that kind of the stuff that stays. It's like in your petrol tank, you've probably got that bit of petrol that sits right at the bottom that you never quite get to because you're always filling it up. So try and squeeze out that last little bit. So make the out breath count all the way out. So it's a real all the way up. Okay, so that's breathing. Then you have warm baths, saunas afterwards. So I always, when I've trained, I'll go into the sauna afterwards, have a bit of a cool down, a stretch, and this is where your static stretching comes into play. Before you do a static stretch, you want to, if you've been doing something that is really super quick or really involved a lot of lactic acid, so you're doing 50 squats or something like that, then you want to kind of just go for a bit of a walk, let the blood, because you're relying on the movement of the muscle to help push everything back up to the lungs and get rid of all the crap. So go on an easy walk or just going through some easy mobilizations. So taking your time to warm down is really important. And if you're looking to also keep up, get some, we're all trying to get greater length in our muscles. Most of us are quite tight. This is the best time to do it. When your muscles are warm, it is the best time to have a stretch. That's why I'll do it either in the sauna, or as soon as while I'm still outside, I won't come back inside into the air conditioning if I'm training or wherever I'm at. Great way to do it as well is to use the DP Pro, the recovery massage oil. I'll grab it here. So this is the recovery massage oil. Now, if you're lucky enough and you've got someone who can do it for you, then I would, maybe you can cook them dinner or something like that, and it might be your partner, and they'll give you a bit of a massage, which is great, or you can do it yourself. Now, one of the muscles that I take a lot of, I've been really trying to work on my hamstrings. So a way that you can work this into the hamstrings yourself is, we'll use a little bit now. The good thing about this is it's still got a bit of hot flux, so it keeps the muscles warm for a little bit longer as you're working through them. So what you want to do is we want to shorten the muscle. So if you can still see me there, we shorten and then we clamp and then we lengthen the muscle. We shorten and then we lengthen the muscle. So going through that, also just vigorous kind of motions, just trying to get the blood pushing through. Generally you want to kind of pull back towards the heart. You're trying to get the, just assist the body and the muscles in getting all the excrement from your cells, I guess. It's like the exhaust fumes from your muscles, getting them back towards the lungs, then your lungs can either blow off what you don't need to out into the atmosphere, or you can work it out in other ways. So that's one way you can do it with massage. When you get home, Epsom salt bath, so good. Absorb that in. It's one of the best ways to get magnesium into your body, through your skin. And those, 3-4 things there, is basically the best way, most efficient way to warm down, especially if you're having a big session. You don't want it to impede on your performance the next day or even stop your performance the next day. Cheers, guys.